Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today, going over social media training with you. Some of the content we'll be covering in today's session will be choosing and growing your brand, time blocking and being intentional, engaging your audience, being an epic storyteller, avoiding distraction on social media, which is something I know a lot of us deal with. Also recommended reading. We'll have some time for questions and answers. And then at the end, I'm going to give a growth challenge, which is something our team knows all well about. So let's see. How do I go? It's not going to the next slide.
You can press the arrows on your keyboard.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
So in today's training, we're going to, one thing I just ask is that you do take notes and that it's interactive, that you participate, that you chat. Any questions over to Sergio, but please make it interactive because I want you to walk away and get really the most out of today's session. So first off, when building your brand, the first thing you want to do is really give some thought. What is your brand? What do you represent? And in order to do this, I think the first thing that you're going to want to do is to write a bio or a mission statement about who you are and what you bring to the table for your clients. A bio can be just as simple as a few sentences, a paragraph that defines who you are. And one of the things that I like to see when I read anybody's mission statement is, 3 attributes that they have, that they know about themselves, that they can provide to their clients and give good service. So 3 attributes, whether that's trust, loyalty, confidence, market knowledge, a fierce advocate, a 5-star representative, anything that you believe to be totally true about yourself and that you can speak confidently about. And then in that statement, you're going to want to define your markets and any specialties. If you have any designations or you've sold a lot of one specific type of property, whether it be commercial, condos, or you plan to specialize in anything, you want to definitely make note of that in your bio. And then define really what success is going to look like. What is the ultimate happy client? Who is that? What does that look like? If you've done your job well, this is what it looks like. So mention that. And then, as you're drafting this statement, it's going to take time to have the finished product. So start with all of your adjectives first, and then draft sentences around your adjectives, and then work to narrow it down. You don't want to make it a story necessarily such that the average person would lose interest, but more just, like I said, a paragraph. And that same paragraph should be on your professional pages on social media, but it should also be on any other websites like Zillow, Realtor.com that you have accounts with as well. So it should be consistent across the board. And then look for ways to differentiate yourself where you can stand out amongst, in a crowd. My very first listing appointment, I will share, was in front of a family around a dining room table. They had called in, were interested in having us sell their father's home. He was in hospice, and my very first presentation. And, one of the things I asked them, I said, well, tell me what you're looking for in an agent. And one of the family members said, I want you to treat this like it's your first one. I want you to give it your all. So if you are a new agent, don't assume that that's detrimental. If anything, you have more time, and that's a way that you can differentiate yourself. So make no assumptions and look for, be very open-minded and look for ways that you can creatively differentiate yourself against any, in the crowd, so to speak. And you'll do that. You'll be able to do that more confidently as you do more research on the market and the value that you can provide, but also know your competition too. It doesn't hurt to know what other agents might not be doing so great, just not in the sense that you would talk about that other agent, never do that, but it will help build your own confidence within yourself. Also, know what your brokerage provides. Layer provides some epic systems and tools to help you behind the scenes. So being able to confidently speak about that, and you're going to be able to do that by attending the monthly boot camps. Stacy does an epic job, a wonderful in-depth job at providing really a detailed overview of all the systems and tools that Layer provides. So make sure, even if you are an agent that's been with Layer for years and need a refresher, these are available to you. I believe they're the first Friday of every month on Zoom. You don't have to leave your house. You can sit in your robe and sip on your coffee and get all the up-to-date information about all the amazing systems and tools that are available to you at Layer. So, and the reason you want to know that is, again, this is differentiating yourself and part of that. And then knowing your partners, the people that you are going to be recommending in being in business with, they are part of your team, right? So the attorneys, the home inspectors, the lenders, all of those people really are part of your team, because nobody succeeds in this business on their own, right? Everybody is part of a team. Even if you're a solo individual agent, you're not underwriting loans. You're not going out appraising properties. These are people who are part of your team. So know your partners, and those people will help you also build your business on social media if you're connecting with them. So make sure that that's part of your friends list are the people that you're in business with. You're helping them grow their business. They should ultimately be doing the same for you. Know your systems and tools. Like I said, go to the boot camps, attend them, but know yourself. And this is part of the journey in developing your brand, is really being true to yourself and what's important to you. So that you can, again, speak confidently about it. Anytime that I've been on a presentation in front of a client that I had no previous relationship with, I would ask them, what was it that made them choose to do business with me? And most of them said that I was speaking very confidently, that they felt confident in my ability after listening to what I had to say. So again, all of this stuff, know your value, your market, competition, brokerage, systems and tools, partners, and mostly know yourself. In that way, you can speak confidently about what you offer and differentiate yourself. One of the things that I love to see people doing when they are looking to grow their brand and business is invest in a logo. It is part of your professional branding, and you can do this yourself in Canva. You can hire somebody through Fiverr to do it. They've got a bunch of wonderful I call them contractors that provide dynamic services. You go on, you pick a contractor based on what they're offering and their pricing, and tell them what you want. And they even offer animated options, Adobe, Logo Genies. These are all options, but invest in a logo, because that's part of branding, right? Like every company, every shop has a name and a logo. So you're going to want to invest in that for sure. And then use it on your social media as well. Put it on your website, use it on all of your social pieces and on your pages. That said, the next thing is to invest in a website. It sounds obvious, right? But if you're really looking to grow your business and you want to have a platform that, number one, people can go to and search for properties. But secondly, it's also a great source of housing all your reviews, sharing your success stories, your videos, tips for buyers and sellers, explaining the process, how someone can reach out to you and schedule a consultation with you. And it sets a professional standard. So Layer offers an exceptional value. I think it's like $39 a month, if I'm not mistaken. But not only that, you get your website, which is through Boston Logic. And if you look at our website, I mean, I've spent a lot of time on the Layer website, on our team's website. You can customize it like like crazy. I've even put GIFs on the website. I've put all videos. We have jam-packed stuff. If you check out our website, it's homesparity.com, one word, but it will give you an idea as to just some of the stuff that you can do on your website. You can do landing pages through the Boston Logic Lone Wolf website. It's really amazing. But in addition to the website, you also get your Real Scout and you get your Isaac CRM, which is going to be instrumental when it comes to planning your week. And now, trust me, I'm a paper person. Here's my calendar. If you can just see all of the to-dos, but your CRM is your gold. So that's another class for another day. But for $39, you're getting the website, the the Real Scout, and you're getting the Isaac CRM. I mean, I was paying upwards, I want to say $250 a month for a website, and I had to pay $3,000 to have it built. So when I tell you that that's an epic deal, like that's for real. So consider that. Another website is Agent Image. They do dynamic websites. They'll customize it for you, but obviously not as good of a deal as we're getting here at Lair. Market Leader is another website, in Agenta. So and there's a ton more. So look around. You can even build one through Wix. There are websites, but for one that has IDX integration that allows people to search for properties, you can't beat the deal through Boston Logic and Lair. So definitely work. And then it comes with a URL, so you don't even have to pay extra for it. But if you do want to up your branding, contact GoDaddy. That's who we use. I think that's who many people use to get a customized URL with your team's name, your name, or come up. The only thing that you want to stay away from is using the word realtor and any type of branding, because there are rules on that. So make sure you do your research on that before signing up and paying for anything using the word realtor. All right, next thing is, please, I would consider it a personal favor if all of you with the lion photos on the Lair Realty website would invest in getting a professional photo. Again, it's part of your branding, and it's part of setting that professional image. Would you buy a product on a website if it wasn't photographed? If you didn't know really what you were buying, if you weren't really sure, people who don't know you, who weren't referred to you, right? They're doing their research. And one of the things they want to know, I think one of the first things they're looking for is you, right? About you. So definitely get a professional photo done. It doesn't have to cost much, really. I mean, the photographer that a lot of us use, I want to say he charged like $50 for, and you got a full body shot and a headshot. Another series of photos that you can get are called lifestyle shots. These are really impressive. There are photography studios that you can go to, that you can have a photographer taking pictures of you on a laptop, standing, opening a door, or, different lifestyle photographs, professionals. So I would say definitely do that. And if you have a headshot and it's 20 years old and you might not look like that person anymore, you might want to have it updated. So in fact, I'm not going to say you might want to have it updated, get it updated, just get it done. At the end of this session, I'm giving a growth challenge, and this will be something that's part of it. So it's time to get in front of the camera. Another thing that you can consider, which is very dynamic, is a branded video. And again, this doesn't have to be something that a professional photographer does, or videographer does rather. It can be something that you do yourself. But I will say, as you are growing your business and doing well, you may want to reinvest some of that back into your business. And one of the things to consider is actually a professionally branded video. I've seen some dynamic, great videos that agents have out there where they're actually like walking down a city street in their area, talking about themselves on the, they call it like a B-roll, or, but it's a really dynamic video. And again, it's used on their website, on social media. It's even emailed to clients, is a sort of a pre-meeting, sort of introduction or thank you for reaching out to me. We'll do more classes on videos. As you can tell, I'm pretty passionate about, your branding and your presence. And part of that is, a huge part of that is video. Things you can consider putting in your branded video are an introduction and the markets that you cover, why you got into the business, and what someone can expect as a result of doing business with you. You want to close always with a call to action, which is, thanking them for taking the time to watch the video. And if you have any selling and buying needs, I would love to hear from you, again, with your contact information, how they can reach you. But again, it can be self-recorded and then wrapped, as I call it, with, your branding, in addition to the brokerage's branding, through Canva, through iMovie. It's something, things that you can do pretty easily. So consider that. Another resource that we love is Linktree. Linktree is an epic, and it's the best part is it's free. It's free. There is an upgraded version that you can pay, and even the upgrade, I think it's like $60 a year or something. It's very reasonable. But Linktree is an epic site, and all it does, it's just a housing for all of your links. So your website, your reviews, your giveaways, your drawings, your guides. If they want to download a guide and you have it on a landing page, you could have a landing page form that says, fill out this form, download our guide, and it can direct you to a Google Drive link. Again, all free stuff. It doesn't have to cost you a dime. So Linktree, and so where you put your Linktree, you sign up for Linktree. Again, it's free unless you do the upgrade. And it's so easy to set it up. Anybody that understands the basics functionings of email can set up a Linktree. And you can reference it on your social media. So you should be referencing it in your signature, your email signature, your social media, even your website. Again, your Linktree and your website might work simultaneously together. They'll complement each other. But the purpose of a Linktree is to make it easy and convenient for anybody to reach out to you and get information. Right? The last thing somebody wants to do is find it challenging to get in contact with you. So Linktree makes that so easy. Another thing that's equally as easy as Linktree is a QR code. QR codes are epic. They allow anybody with a smartphone to scan and be redirected to whatever platform you want them to be redirected to. That code takes them wherever. And you can do this code in Canva. So everybody at Layer really should have a Canva account. You've got to get on Canva. Canva is free, and they also offer so much more if you upgrade. I recommend the upgrade. It's an investment in your business that you won't regret. You'll get a lot more for it. But if you're brand new to it and you want to start small with the free. But again, one of those things you can do on Canva is to get a QR code. It's under tools and and again, another great thing about the QR code, I think Wendy from the tech committee went over that you can scan the QR code and even use that to take you to an open house sign-in sheet where people just type in on their phone. So again, not a social media thing, another thing about QR codes, but QR codes are endless is my point. So start using those too, and you can use them on your social media pieces as well, so that anybody can scan the QR code as another way to get in touch with you. Share the love. Sharing the love is huge because this goes to building your brand confidence. Anytime somebody texts you, calls you, you see them in person and they tell you, they write a review, especially, those are gold. Share it. When I was building my business on social media, people, trust me, people knew I was in real estate. I wasn't one of these people that talk real estate 24/7. I get it. But I talked it enough so that my intent when doing that is that anybody that wanted to buy or sell real estate knew if we were connected, to reach out to me, if nothing else, for questions, right? So anytime I got a text from a client, I would share. I'd be like, oh my God, so thrilled. I just got the best text from my client. He's ecstatic about the multiple offers on his Tewksbury house. Great. A review. Oh my gosh, I was so honored to help them, with their real estate needs. I couldn't have asked for better clients. Check out what they had, how they felt about me, something. Just keep sharing the love. Another thing that's huge, and you might think it's a big ask, but it really isn't, is asking your clients if they could take just a minute at the closing table, if they would be willing to share their experience with you on video. Getting recorded video testimonials are gold to your business. And we're going to talk in a minute about housing them on YouTube, repurposing them, putting them on your website. These things are gold. Again, this is for people who want to grow their business and actively get more business on social media. Reviews, I'm telling you, are gold. So, and I can talk about when to ask for them and how to ask for them. If somebody wants to ask in the Q&A session, absolutely. But I'm sure we'll do more trainings on that. But you definitely, first off, I will give you this tip: ask for a review before closing. Don't wait until after. And I usually ask for it right at commitment, when the buyers were feeling, if it was a buyer client, they were feeling relieved. The sellers were also feeling relieved. But I always ask for it before closing. So that's just a tip that worked for me. But get used to sharing the love. It's not being cocky. It's not being showy. It's building your brand confidence. So keep that in mind. Shift your mindset. If your mindset is such that you're feeling that you shouldn't do it because you don't want to be too showy or, as I said, cocky or anything like that, think of it as, I'm building my business, right? How do you, when you see other businesses, other people recommending other businesses, you're more apt to want to check them out. So don't shy away from asking for reviews or testimonials. That's huge. And if they do post them on Zillow, again, share them. Always be sharing them. All right. So the next thing is be consistently seen. But here's another tip. If you are not somebody who wants to be on Instagram, then don't sign up for Instagram on a professional level just to say you have an Instagram page. Only be on those social media platforms that you enjoy being on and want to interact with people on. There's nothing more ineffective when it comes to social media business building than having an account on a certain platform and not really doing anything with it. So be on the platforms that you want to grow. I will say another tip that I don't have in this presentation that you might want to take a note of. If you have multiple social media platforms and you're finding it challenging to post to all of them, you can handle your posting through a third-party platform. Canva offers sharing, scheduling. Even Facebook itself offers it through the Business Suite. And then you can also do Content Cal. We use Content Cal at Lair. I use it for the team. And then there's Shareable. I know there's other, Text Me Away or Chat Me Away with some of the other sites, but I know there are other sites that you can sign up for, and some of them are free, some of them you pay. But in my mind, anything that saves me time and streamlines my process, I'm in. So that's where I'm thinking. And then a tip here is to use the same handle on all your networks. Don't have, Renee Tompkins, New England agent here, and go for, whatever. It should be consistent. So I will say Instagram seems to have a lot of the most users, I believe. So you might want to start off with the Instagram handle first, and then go to Facebook, and then, all the others. And then reference always your contact info, including your website and link tree on all your posts on social media. So when you're getting the weekly social media pieces through Lair, I've done it such that at the end, whenever it's a call to action type post, you're getting your message me here, cell phone, email, website. And then another option you can put, there's a little link, and then you can put your link tree. As a result of this training, and I'd love for you guys to sign up for Linktree. I have no financial interest in it at all. I'm not getting any kickbacks, but I will say it will help you because it will provide an easy way for anybody that wants to reach you to do it. And to do it, like they can get, you can say, download my buyer guide, download my seller guide. And it's just an easy way for people to learn about you and get stuff without necessarily having to make the phone call or send the email. Some people don't want to just yet. So it's an awesome tool. And then use your headshot and your logo on all your designs. All of the Lair content that comes over on Mondays has an editable link in Canva. Again, sign up for Canva. If you're not a user, get it done. It's a free option with an upgrade if you choose. But that will allow you to, once you have your logo, you can put your logo on the design. And then lastly, I'm going to say, create a professional YouTube channel, because as we do some more training on videos, that's the platform in which you should be housing all your video content. And then you can repurpose it, you can re-download it in the YouTube studio. And then of course there's an upgrade for that too if you choose, but we don't upgrade, and we have a lot of great such great content on the YouTube channel. So I would recommend doing that. Even again, if you're starting small, it's okay. Even if you only plan to record a video a month, I would encourage you to do a little more than that. But as I said, even if you're starting small, it's okay. You can even share stuff from Lair onto your channel. So we'll talk about doing some of that in future social media training classes. But the bottom line is to be consistently seen, and don't go on platforms that you have no interest in. So just sign up for those platforms that you can consistently maintain and post and interact with people. Another big tip is to check in whenever you are doing anything related to real estate. And even when it's not real estate related, check in. If you're at a learning event, okay. In fact, I'll have you all check in now to your offices, even if you're not sitting at the office. Check in, get your phone right now. Check in to your office and say Epic Social Media Training. Why do you have to do that? It lets people know that are following you that you are invested in learning and growing. Right? Epic coaching session, wonderful this, wonderful, again, you are thinking, living, breathing real estate throughout certain hours of each day. So learning events, when you are attending a boot camp, right? You're attending the Lair monthly meeting, you're at a board event, anything continuing education, you are team or company meetings, you are at a coaching session, as I said, you're going on a listing appointment, you're doing a buyer consult, absolutely check in, even if it's at Starbucks, if you're doing it at the office, check in on social media. Big, huge thing is previews, especially as a newer agent growing the business. Anytime you have time to dedicate it and you want to get to know the market, you should be previewing properties. The best thing is to preview them during open houses so that you don't have to actually take a buyer, or excuse me, a slot. But if the showings are not accompanied and they're just direct showings, easy to show type things, you can go preview properties in your area and post about them on social media. Even better yet, ask the listing agent if it's okay to take some photos or shoot a video for potential clients. You're going to help them sell the property, right? So, and then post this on social media, previewing properties for the world's best clients. I used to do that, and I used to get a ton of likes and a lot of messages. I actually close on average about 10 deals a year from social media. It was not my main source of business growth, but 10 deals a year from social media, that's not bad, right? And a lot of what I've done is in this presentation. So again, it's just about being present. And a lot of it is about mindset. So all right, and so take the check-ins further, social events, families events. If you're out to dinner with families, again, don't make it all about real estate on social media. That's ultimately that's a slight turnoff, right? Because people want to see the real you. So, and yes, although real estate is a main part of your life, you also have a life outside of real estate. So be willing to share some of that. Check in at restaurants, delicious meal at, al fresca in Tewksbury, best lasagna ever, whatever. Just, interact, be present on social media. Is so important. Another thing that agents on our team have done and we've done to grow our page, I did personally, was giveaways. This actually came as a recommendation from Tom Ferry. And I started doing it every Tuesday. Every Tuesday at 9, I would post another giveaway, and it was modest. It was like a $10 gift. So every month I was spending about $40 on giveaways. And then eventually I learned, to have a sponsor, have someone co-sponsor, have another business co-sponsor the event. So I started either keeping it at 40 and just getting more time in the budget. So I was spending $40 every 2 months. Occasionally I would shorten it and do an $80. I would increase my budget. So get a sponsor, and the sponsor can actually not necessarily always be a lender that you do business with or an attorney or someone, but it can actually be the person who owns the business that you are giving the gift card to. You can ask them if they would be willing to donate a portion of it, and tell them why. Tell them why, what you're doing with it. You will tag them in the post and ask them to also share the giveaway. The purpose of the giveaway is to increase your followers on your page. So set the goal of the weekly, and it can change. But that week's goal, what is that week's goal? Is it to get likes? Is it to, ask for business? So again, it's all about setting the goal and then choosing the prize, deciding on a theme. You can set it as an event. You can do the drawing live. You can do it at the location. Whoever is donating it, it can be done at the office, and then have the person either come into the restaurant, but more effectively have them come into your office to pick up the gift card, or drop it by their house with a little poinsettia or something. But record it or take a picture. At minimum, take a picture of them giving or receiving rather the gift card or the prize. And then set the rules though. Don't, if you're mailing the gift card, just say, not responsible for any gift cards lost in the mail, or, set whatever rules you want to set. So there's no, there's no chances of you giving 3 gift cards to the same person. And then publish it as an event and promote it. Follow up and post the results. As I said, post a picture. But repeat it. So however often you decide to have this giveaway, repeat it. So whether it's monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, weekly, we did it again, we kept it weekly, and we grew. Our page has over 3,000 followers now. And again, that was done, we grew substantially. We grew our follower base substantially. We have, I want to say 7,000 followers on one of the networks, but it's all about being consistent. So that's very important, whatever you decide to do. So the big thing with people who are on social media trying to grow their business is the distraction and the time blocking, and how to hone in on that and get real with it. So one of the things that I teach is to treat the social media, what we call bucket, as a form of business building. So if that's what you want to do, right? If you decide that you want to build your business on social media, we call them buckets, and we define it as a block of how you're going to build your business. So when you're in that block, we call them time blocks. It's intentional. It's not just, okay, I've got to get on social today. It's actually an intentional block of time that you set aside in your schedule. When I say time block, I mean legit on your calendar, and treat the time block as an appointment with yourself that's non-negotiable, unless your house is burning down, somebody's rushing to the hospital, something epic happens, of course, and then you want to be prepared to shift the block. But ultimately, this block is an investment in yourself that you do not, you don't cancel on. Just as you wouldn't cancel an appointment with like a doctor or surgeon that you've had scheduled for 6 months out, you don't cancel these time blocks, although they can be shifted. And so you're treating it with the utmost urgency, and then go into the block with the goal. So, sometimes people will set a block and they'll say, okay, I want to do my social media business building in this 1 hour block. But they don't go into the block already prepared. So 45 minutes in, they're just now starting to get to the task at hand. And so I would say is, before you go into the block, define the goal. Be very clear on what you want to do in this time block and be intentional. But be authentic. And this is something I do always talk about in coaching, as I say, don't go on social media with the intent of solely building business or interacting with people just to get business. If you don't like someone, then don't be phony. Just be very authentic, and that will take you far, because the authenticity will show through, and people will genuinely want to interact with you if they know you're being real, right? So again, be intentional, but only with people that you really want to interact with, and then build it from there. Like, I would add friends of friends. And then again, with the intention of legitimately just being connected with them and getting to know them. I wouldn't talk real estate. I would do my normal posts on social media, but I would never, unless somebody approached me that I didn't know, I wouldn't start with real estate. I would always start with them. Start with them, get to know them. And then if there is, if there's interest, they'll want to get to know you. But if they go to your page, they're going to see you're in real estate. But one of the biggest turnoffs I always get from social media is somebody friending me. Within seconds, they ask me to like their professional page. And then they're messaging me wanting to know about my diet habits and, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I don't know you, number one. So again, it's really about the relationship. And we're talking about relationships here. So work to develop a relationship before you get into the business aspect of it. The relationship should always come first. And I think you'll have an easier time at that if you keep it authentic. The time blocks, the time for new people who are time blocking, I would start small. I wouldn't go over 15 minutes. If you are successful with the 15-minute time block, you succeeded. And then you can increase it from there. I would do about 3 times a week to start. And then, as I said, increase it from there. Tips to help. If you are struggling with time blocking, realize what's taking you off track. First off, turn off your phone or leave it out of reach. Turn off your messages, whatever blings or takes you off track. Close your blinds and face away from your window. Close your email. Put a do not disturb sign on your door and ask for help. If you've got your family at home, just say, guys, I'm in here, I'm working. DND mode, turn it off. I'll get to you unless you are choking or, something major is going down. I'm working. Turn off the TV. And then, as I said, ask for support. Unfollow when you're on social, unfollow or pages or people. You don't have to defriend them, but you can unfollow them. I think it is for 30 days or something. Anything that's triggering you, that gets you off on tangents. Build custom lists so that you can interact with people that you choose to. And again, go back to starting small. If you're off track, go back to that 15-minute time block. But be aware that you're off course. That's the first thing. Like, and I catch myself too. Like I'll be, in the middle of designing a piece, and then I get an email, that I'm needed for this project. And it's like, wait a minute, I gotta, I have to catch myself. I have to focus. I have to stay focused on the task at hand. Otherwise, this task doesn't get done or gets done much later than it should. So it's okay. And I think, the mindset is, we have to be prompt. We have to provide immediate response. But when it comes to time blocking, that mindset is what I'm doing is the priority. Everything else can wait. There is nothing that's going on in the world that cannot wait 15, 30 minutes or whatever the block is, an hour, etc. And then go get your phone and then follow up. And then stop the negativity and the self-labeling when it comes to making judgments on yourself about things that you might be struggling with. So the time blocking, if you are struggling with the time blocking, don't say, I'm no good at this. I can't do this. That's it. I've had it. That type of thing. So don't label yourself, right? And be gentle with yourself in that way. Just say, okay, I'm having a hard time with this time block for some reason. Let me get back on track. I'm off track. Let's get back on track. But again, don't label and shut down that negative self-talk. And the best way to do that is be aware that you're even doing it. All right. Social media training, engaging your audience. A great way to get people interacting with you on social media is to ask questions. The person asking the questions tends to control the conversation, but let them talk, right? So let them interact. So this or that posts, and you can, that don't have to be anything that you're receiving weekly. You can simply go on to Pinterest. There's a ton of websites. Which look do you prefer? Which kitchen do you like better? Which house do you like better? Thoughts on this look. I get more comments whenever I post a picture, and I try to look for pictures that have something that's not mass market. Like I'm not looking for the beautiful new kitchen with, everything perfect in it. I'm looking for something that might be different, right? That might have like hunter green cabinets with a pink floor, like something totally different or something just unique. And I'll say, what do you think of this look? What do you like? What don't you like? So it just gets people interacting with me. And the reason I'm doing that is the more they interact with me, the more they're going to see my posts. So there's a madness behind this. There's a reason you're doing this. What's your favorite restaurant? Right? Anything. I have a new buyer moving to Methuen. Who's the best dry cleaner? Just get people respond. And that's the purpose of these engagement posts. That's what you want. And then I can't really stress enough the videos and the go lives. I will definitely do more on this. I know there's people that I don't like how I look. I don't like how I sound. If that was really the case, you wouldn't be in this business at all, right? Because at some point you've got to go in front of people and talk to them. So can we maybe get over the mindset that says, I don't like how I look or sound, but hey, you're doing it at home in front of a camera, which is just a thing, right? When in reality, when you're out in public, you're not at home, you're doing it in front of people, right? I mean, you can always re-record it. Again, I can go on a tangent about the videos, but, and just for your viewing pleasure, you're going to start seeing me on video the first of every month, talking about what all the epic things that are coming in the next 30, give or take, days for you each month. So videos are definitely something you should consider using as a form of growing your business, especially on social media. So content to avoid on social. And I know we have lives. I totally get that. But if you're looking to grow your real estate business on social media, these are things to consider avoiding. Politics, controversial religious posts, complaining about your job, complaining about a transaction, posts about being tired or overworked, bashing any other professionals, needing a drink to unwind, and excessive alcohol and partying. Let me just say this. People are silently interviewing you. Always, right? Even those people that are 17-year-olds that don't need to buy a home anytime soon. Trust me, you want to build and build and build the relationship over the years. So when the time comes, they are. But watch the things that you're posting on social media, because people will research you, right? And in fact, clean up your old posts. If your old posts or photos that are could be perceived as inappropriate are public, clean them up. Either change the setting of them, delete them, save them on your computer, but get rid of them on social. It's not a place, right? Unless you want a separate page for just your close family and friends, stuff like that. Maybe make a group so it's just in there. But in terms of stuff that you are, if you're looking to grow your real estate business on social media, these are definites to stay away from. Things to gravitate to, things to post. Your weekly layer marketing pieces. And as I can tell you, they're going to get more dynamic. So they're going to get pretty cool. You're going to want to be posting some of this stuff, if not all of it. Your market updates have been revamped and they're beautiful. So I would love to see agents posting them monthly. In fact, you absolutely should be posting market updates at least monthly. I tell everybody on the 10th of the month, email Happy Agent and Ashley will design, get the specifics of your town or county on the market update. And I think they're ready around the 15th of each month, around there. So that's why I say put it on your calendar for the 10th and then email them over to Happy Agent. But you should definitely be posting those monthly. And it just shows, number one, you're in tune with the pulse of the market and what's happening, whether the news is good or bad, it's real. So you should definitely be posting market updates. Other things, tips for buyers and sellers, which really do come in your weekly marketing, but you can also, create your own pieces and as well as home maintenance tips. Polls and questions. And then another great post is local recommendations. And don't forget to check in, like if you had a great meal somewhere or you experienced outrageously great service from your mechanic or your nail technician or your hair, your stylist. I mean, show the love just as you want them to show, people, you want to build your business and you want people showing their love of you out there on social. What better way to create a business relationship with another business than to recommend them? Success stories and reviews, get that out there. Small business spotlight, start interviewing monthly even, go to small businesses, spas, dry cleaners, any type of home improvement stores or any type of like small unique clothing stores that are starting to say, I'm a local realtor and I have a lot of people that move into the area and I'd love to feature you on my professional page. Would you mind setting aside a half hour at most to chat with me about your business and how you got started? And maybe we can showcase some of your products on the video. Impactful stories. We're going to get into this in a minute. But anytime you've had an impactful conversation or something occurred in a transaction or in your business in general, learn to become an epic storyteller. We'll talk about it in a minute. And then new clients, new listings, accepted offers, P&Ss, clear to closes, and solds. Those are something, the more people see you busy, right? Even if you're not busy. I didn't always get every single listing that I interviewed for, but I got a lot of them. I didn't get all of them, but it wasn't about that. It was just about being busy and going on a listing appointment. Great day to be meeting with sellers about their listing their home. Great day to be selling real estate. Just check into any old town. You don't have to even be there, right? Just keep posting that you are thinking, breathing, living real estate. And then share your content on the stories and reels too. So the stuff that you're getting from Lair Marketing is stuff that there are pieces specifically designed for your stories and reels, but you can also share the standard posts as well too. There are a ton of people that just go on the stories feed that don't even spend much time on the standard feed. So you'll be getting a lot, and you can even see the specific people of who saw your posts on the stories feed. I love that. And then Sergio has designed these dynamic year-end pieces that are available for you, and you can just drag in your results. There's pieces that have a lot of sales, that have a few. You can put your logo, your professional headshot, and thank them wholeheartedly. Thank your clients for entrusting you to represent them, and always end with a call to action with your, again, with those emojis, with the cell phone, email. Make it easy with your link tree. Make it so easy for people to reach out to you. But these pieces are available on the marketing section of the Lair website. Oh, here we are. Here we are. Where are my books? Here. Stories that stick and being an epic storyteller. No joke. This is for real. And I even got into this stuff because I told a few epic stories just randomly on my own about some very touching situations that I was in real estate that almost moved me to tears. And I shared some of that story on social media. And anytime I have done that, it doesn't have to be tears. It could be happiness, anything. I would get messages on Facebook. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you what that story meant to me. These are the posts that really matter. Okay. The stuff that we're sending out weekly, wonderful, dynamic, and it does keep you consistent on social media. It keeps you present. It allows people to interact with you, and that's what you want to build your online audience. All key and all important. But when you post an epic story, that's the stuff that moves people. And that's the stuff that will get somebody to message you and think about you when it comes time to buy, sell, or invest. That's the magic. So what makes a great story? What makes it truly magical? Relatable characters. So when you tell a story, you want to describe the character, describe the client, describe whoever it is that you're going to share about. And then the specific details, give a little bit of a background and what the specific emotional moving moment was, and that authentic emotion. When I told this one story, I talked about how I developed a lump in my throat. I was so close to tears and I couldn't help. And then the next thing I knew, a tear was rolling down my cheek, right? I went into that for a minute because that was the authentic emotion that I felt. And when sharing that, literally by the end of the week, I had 4 inbox messages from various people telling me how much that story moved them. And 2 of them closed business with me months later. So I'm just saying, that's really the magic, but do it authentically. And it doesn't have to be a book, it doesn't have to be a long thing. And yes, the first few times that you get into storytelling, it takes practice, just like writing your bio, your mission statement bio type thing, right? You're going to draft it. You're going to tweak it before you ultimately publish it. So you'll do that here too. And then of the 4 aspects of a must-tell story, 4 stories that you should be comfortable over time sharing. And these are stories that you can share during listing appointments that you can put on your website. So your message, your branding is always consistent, right? You're sharing it on social, you're sharing it on your website, and you're telling it because it's authentic. You're able to confidently speak about it. That's the value story. And it gives your audience a WIFM. A WIFM is what's in it for me. What is in it for someone to do business with you, right? So what value are you bringing to them? And we're going to get more into this in future trainings, but this is an important, and you actually you tell this portion of your value story in success stories, right? You can take a value story and put it in a success story. The founder story is why, again, you went into business, and it also increases confidence. It gives you a realness to you, right? And your purpose story shares your bigger picture, like your big why. Why are you doing what you're doing? What's the purpose behind it? Like every day, we wake up and develop sort of like an intent for the day, being intentional, or a purpose-driven day. Develop a purpose story, and it shares, this is what moves me. This is my purpose. And the customer story, which the value story and the customer story can certainly go hand in hand. So these things are all found in this amazing book by Kendra Hall, Stories That Stick. Definitely all of these books are available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. So check them out. And here are my recommended books. So we have, I have them all, just I'm not, here we have Tom Ferry, Mindset, Model, and Marketing. Seth Godin, This is Marketing. Get Social Smart by Katie Lance. And Katie Lance actually has an epic, as does Tom Ferry. They offer a ton of free content. If you go to Katie Lance's website, I think it's Get Social Smart. She's got a ton of free content on there. Sign up for her newsletters. But if you don't want to get an email like 3 times a day, just go to her YouTube channel. She's got an excellent, she's got a lot of free content and epic stuff on her YouTube channel, Story Theater Method. But a lot of what I got used in today's session was out of the Stories That Stick by Kendra Hall. So worth your time. If you were going to get one book, or I would say Stories That Stick for those of you that want to get into the epic storytelling. Get Social Smart is wonderful as well. But as I said, Katie Lance and Tom Ferry both have so much free content that you can take advantage of. Hit me with your questions, please. And then, I do have, before we go into the questions, I'm actually going to skip ahead and do a growth challenge. And that is a 2-fold growth challenge. And these are for people who are legit, want to grow their business, and are just going to get it done. These are, people with a plan. Number 1 is you're going to share a story that sticks in the next 10 days. Think about it, spend some time crafting it, tweak it. Don't make it too long, but make it impactful, authentic, and emotional. Second part of the growth challenge, if needed, is to get a professional headshot or update yours if it's no longer reflective of who you are today. And email your new photos over to Happy Agent by the end of January. So that's giving you plenty of time to pick your wardrobe, pick a photographer, set a date, and get it done. So this is a 2-part growth challenge. I need a show of hands. Chat me, message me, email me, letting me know you're in. This is going to, 2023 is going to be so off the charts epic. But you got to be all in. You've got to decide right now, here today, that when it comes to social media, I'm going to get comfortable being a little uncomfortable. I'm ready to grow, and I'm ready to open my mind. And making some changes and learning and doing new things. And one of them is storytelling. And again, backing up to getting off the distraction rabbit hole, realizing where you are, that you're there, and working to get, setting your 15-minute time blocks, asking for support and help, all of that. And then again, the story that sticks in the photo. So let me get out of here. Q&A.
All right. If you guys have any questions, you can just leave it in the chat here. I'm reading both on Facebook and on Zoom.
I think I did good with time because I thought it was overtime.
That was great.
I went on tangents.
No, it was all really great information. And, you know, this is the first time we're doing this, but
Yes,
we want to try to do this every month. I think that would be great as part of our training. We are looking to revamp it, you know, to make next year, to give you guys even more resources, but
absolutely.
guided resources. I understand sometimes it's a lot, but we're here to help you. So we do have a question from Susan. I have had trouble getting into Canva since joining Layer and would like some help with this. Sure, send us an email at happyagent@layerrealty.com. I'll be glad to help you out. So one thing I do recommend, and we always say this, but you know, check out Canva Pro. Is the features themselves are just kind of amazing for what you're paying, and you do get that 30-day free trial. Any other questions?
Now, one thing I'll just say real quick too, is I'm starting to, I realize by using the pro images through Canva that those agents that wanted to customize the pieces that I was sending over couldn't, if they didn't have the pro account, the picture would have Canva all of a sudden have Canva logo all over it. So later in January, as your posts are received, sometime around the late January, you'll start to notice that go away. I'm using less and less pro images and finding content elsewhere for the images, at least.
Yep. Okay. Any other questions so far? Thanks for sticking through this whole hour. That was really great information.
I loved it.
You know, if you really liked this, send us an email at happyagent@layerrealty.com. If you have any suggestions to anything you'd like us to go in depth into, that'd be great. We can always modify this, right? Awesome. Okay.
Wait, I have one question. Did anybody say they wanted the growth challenge? Is anybody doing
not
the photo?
yet. Is anyone here on Zoom
let's hear
and
it.
on Facebook committing to this growth challenge? You know, they might be driving or something. Well,
all right, this is not dropped by any means. Believe me, we'll keep on this. But thank you for sharing your time with me. I appreciate it, and I hope you got a lot out of it.
Yep, I'll be posting the replay of this, or we'll be posting the replay of this on Facebook and on YouTube later on, hopefully later today. And thanks for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Have
Thanks,
a great
Renée.
day.
Bye.
Bye.